Hello guys, it's been a while that I wasn't able to post my video, and at the same time we are now in the verge of finishing of the year 2024 and we are approaching to 2025. Our topic for today is about creating an application using of course the Python Flask. Okay, and we will go to this platform so that we can deploy it immediately. Okay, using the what? Python anywhere. And this is a free platform for those people who are inclined to create their application using the Python Flask. Now, if you want to click this one, of course, it will require you to enter your credentials. And at the same time, you go to the login form and just go right here. This is straightforward discussions. Enter your username, email address, and password. And after you log in, what will happen? So I have already what you call this, have my account here. This is not the main dashboard for that. Now, please listen. And we have here, of course, the dashboard. And we have here the following, what you call this menu. That is the main dashboard. All right. And I have already my files in my folders. I have the console right here. It's the purpose of console. This is where you create your just like a command line interpreter for your Bash and MySQL and for your Python compiler. That's how you install other component or other modules, like if you want to install the Flask, you want to install the Matplotlib or other libraries, you can use this thing. And for this files, this is how we housekeep everything. And this is the main folder where I store all the programs, of course. And if you want to create a separate file, you need to create, another folder for that. That is the template folder. So we have, of course, the web here. The purpose of the web menu is this is how we reload and refresh, of course, the name of our account. Now, if you want to, if you have already your account, then automatically, of course, you can go to the different panels of your different informations of the Python Anywhere. It will ask you for your account. So I'm using this name right now, the Python Anywhere.com as my URL. So you need to reload this so that you can run this every 3 months. All right. And for the task, well, of course, do not mind about this thing. And well, of course, for database, you are only required to use this MySQL if you are paying, of course, or if you have this premium account under the Python Anywhere platform. So you can use the MySQL and Postgres, but for free database, you can use the MySQLite. That would be discussed in our next video. Okay, so let's go to the dashboard account, dashboard menu right here. Let me first move this thing. So in the dashboard menu, you can see here, of course, the console files and of course other informations. And you can see, of course, the status of your CPU storage here and the file storage, and there is a limitation because this is only for free. So this is a free account. You can only one application for a free account. But again, if you have a premium account, then you can have multiple applications. Okay, so let's go right here. So what are the requirements to write a program for Python Flask? Well, of course, number one is, let's go right here. In writing a Python Flask, well, of course, you should understand first what is Python. And I suppose that you have your basic orientations in Python. At the same time, in this program, you need to use the Flask as our what? As our module. Module is just like, a library. Sorry about that. You have also the request right here. So you need to install this using your what? Bus. Okay, where's that bus program? Okay, in that bus program, okay, you need to use that pip install, and of course you need to put to fuse it, of course, here the module. Now we go back right here. Okay, where can you install that module? Okay, all you have to do is to go to console. As you can see, we have here a console for Python 3.10, 3.9. All you have to do is to go to the Bash console, and it will redirect you to the CLI environment or the command line interpreter of the Python program. So while you're waiting this, okay, that's it. So you have to do this to, if you don't have the Flask module, then you need to use what? Pip, and then install what? Flask. That's all. So you can install different types of modules here so that you can run your application. Okay, that's it. Let's go back. All right. If you want to go back, just go to the dashboard again. And then at the same time, well, of course, it is very imperative that you have your basic orientations in Python programming. Okay, so let us review first. Now, if this is your first time, then if you want to print a statement, you can use the print statement. Hello. And variables are, well, of course, declared as ordinary variable. Variable 0, that is, a numeric. And f equals, this is a string. And this is, of course, num. Well, of course, we have, of course, here the what that could be a float, or yes, a float or double. And we have, of course, the validity. We can use the boolean right there. We can use the true capital letter, or we could say false. Okay, so these are the things that you need to review again. And well, what are the other things that you need to understand when you're writing a program in Python Flask? Well, you need to understand also to use the loop statement. So for x in range, we have here, of course, let's say we have here from 0 to 10, and then you print the statement from x, and then okay. So are the basic things that you need to understand if you're writing the Python program. So yes, we have here the output, and I'm using the online GDB. You can use also the online Programmist. Okay. Aside from this, you can use the other platform. What other platform? Aside from online GDB, you can use, of course, aside from that, you can use also the well, of course, we have the online Programmist for Python, and there are lots of online editor that you can use. So, well, you need to review this thing, no? I mean, this is quite important. And let's say x equals to 0, then for the loop statement, while x less than equals to 10. So this is quite important. Print, and then the value of x. Okay, and x plus plus, or plus 1. Okay. So let us run this code. This is part of your Python code. That's very important. Okay. I don't want to I don't want to prolong this thing. It's like I'm just giving you, how does Python look like. And for further information, you can check also my video for Python tutorial. And aside from that, we need to use the HTML program, and of course with the CSS. We can use, of course, the Bootstrap framework. Okay, that's very important. So you can go to W3 Schools and review everything about the Bootstrap. We have here the HTML styles and other things. So these are things that you can, cut and paste this later on and incorporate it in your Python program. So our target is to use the Python and HTML to run our program using the Python anywhere. Okay, let us go right here. So this is now the login form. You need to enter your account name here, your email address, and other things. And then because I already entered my account, so I can go here. Now the first task is what program are we going to write here? So it's very simple. Just create a simple program using the Python Flask, and this program is about asking the user to enter the name and the address and number of hours work. So let us write our code right here. Okay. First thing is we need to go to our files. Okay. So we have here the following files, the existing files, and we need to go to my site. And this is the default site of your project site of your Python Anywhere. And the default file name here is, of course, we can use the Flask API and click new file. Okay. All right, let us wait for a while. And this is now the editor for that. Now, if we want to write a program, of course, since we have already installed the Flask here, and from here we can just type, of course, from, and then use Flask, and import. Okay, let us make it bigger. Import what? And then we have here the Flask. Sorry, we have the Flask. And then we have render template. So the purpose of this is to route, of course, the URL of the HTML program, and then we have the request here to check the endpoint. Okay. So we need to create a variable right here, and then up, then we have the Flask. Okay, and at the same time we have here the constant for the name of the program. Okay. Then we need to store, of course, our target is to create is a very simple program, just like ask the user to enter, of course, the name and address, and of course the hours work. At the same time, the sharps is used to create a comment for Python. Okay, and we need to store that under this variable. Okay, so we need to create the list here. The list is just like something, and this is akin to your array, and then we need to use the workers. Then we can say what. So we have the empty list right here. So the algorithm is very simple. We just create a program to enter the name, the address, and the verb. At the same time, we call the following HTML program, that is the index.html and the report.html to back our code here. This is where we create, of course, this will be your semi backend program. Okay, after that, what will happen? So we will provide also a button for our index.html so that we can, continuously enter these particulars. Okay, so we have here at up. So the purpose of this is to use the route. So the route will say, of course, the current endpoint of your data. And then, well, of course, if you have knowledge in HTML, we can use the methods right here. So we can use, of course, the following methods. Of course, we have the get, and we have, of course, the post. Okay, that's it. So there you have it. After that, what will happen? So we need to create a function def index, and then we have. Okay. So this is the function. Okay. So the index will tell us, of course, this is already what you call this indented. So no, there's no worry really to push the space bar or the tab key just to align, of course, the code under the index function. So we have to start if, okay, request, and then we have your method equals to what, post, okay, colon, name equals to. That's how we fetch now, of course, the program of the variable using our index.html. It's like you are fetching, of course, the variable in your HTML code. Okay, request, and then we have here the method for form, and then we could say name. So this name right here is just a variable. We're fetching it. At the same time, we assign it to a mirror variable for name also. We'll copy this, okay, so that we can expedite this code. All right, Control C, then we have Control V. So we have the address right here. Okay. All right. So after the address, just the enter key, and then we have to put, of course, the address, of course. So this is a very basic program. All you have to do is to, check what's functions of request the form. This is part of the request, module right here, and we have the method. So for further tutorials, you can use the WT schools, or maybe you can go to tutorial.point to learn about Python programming, or you can check my YouTube channel. Okay. Okay, we will nail down this code, and we did this the workers. Remember, this is the list. At the same time, we have here that, and to call, of course, this to store, of course, information in the list. We use the tuple, and to use the list, we have the pairing values. Okay, to quotation, and then the variable, and then we have, of course, the okay, we have the address quotation, and then we have the address right here. This is part of the pairing of values to create your dictionary. And the next part is we have the hours, and then double quotation, and we have here the hours. Okay, don't forget, of course, to put the curly braces. That's part of the hierarchy order of the expressions in Python programming. Okay, so the next part is we're gonna return this to the main code, and then use call, of course, the render template as part of our route to call the. Of course, we create, of course, a report with HTML later on as part of the process. So we need to put here the workers that equals to sorted. We're gonna sort, of course, the name, and then we have the workers right here, workers, and then we have the key equals to. We can use the lambda is just like anonymous function for your Python expression. So we need to use the x, and then after that we need to use the hours here. Okay, we return a value. This is like creating a value. Okay, sorry. Okay, my fingers are a bit tired right now. Okay, and then we use, of course, the reverse equals to 2. So the boolean instruction should be in capital. The first character should be in capital letter. Okay. All right, let us check our code right here. So we have here the following statement. So render report based time workers was sorted to workers. Then we have here key. Okay, workers comma key, and then we have the lambda x hours. Okay, that's it. After that, what will happen? So we have to go right here, and of course we need to use the return statement pairing, of course, here in our if statement. Return, we have here render, sorry, template and we will call the main program, I mean tags for that. That is a main file, HTML file. This is where we enter the name, address, and hours. Okay. All right. So after that, what will happen? So we will run the main program because uh, we need to execute it in our Python Anywhere program. So we have here. So the purpose of this is to call, of course, the value of the main the main program. Okay, main. I will use, of course, a single quotation. Okay, main, and then colon. Then we put here, of course, the up that run, and then we have here, of course, debug point. We have here up equals to true. All right, let us save this one. Save as, and then save. Okay, so this is now save. So you have the flash point. These files will exist though. So save. Okay, we'll have to rename this to something else. So save again. Okay, let us check that. So we have a safe replicated file here in case worst will come in. Let us go to your menu here, and then we go to files. Let us check, of course, the my site folder. Let us check, of course, this is our main program. This is the duplicated one. We will check if this is correct or not. I think it was not saved, but let us come back and check, of course, our replicated program right here. So okay, we have the replicated program right here. We'll copy it to the main program. Okay, see, we go to the main program and then go back to the menu for the files and check, of course, the my site. Remember the my site, that is your main folder for your main application. So we go here for the Flask up, and then we save this again. Save. Okay, let us check if the file is saved. So we go to files again. Let us check again to the my site, and then go here if it is saved. Okay, now this is saved. All right, so that's it. So the next part is, of course, that we need to create our program. We have here the report. This will generate a report for whatever we um, type in our index point stable. Index point stable will serve as our key program. We're in. This is the main front end program, and this one is your middleware program or a semi backend program. Okay, let us check that. Now we will create, a program for the report system, but I don't want to waste my time. I want to copy the program for the report HTML. Okay. Now, in creating a separate program for the HTML, we need to check, of course, the files right here. So in your files program, so we have here the files for the my site. These are the program for Python. Okay, sorry. And under the my site program, we need to create a subdirectory, and of course, we need to use the templates. This is the template. Okay. So we need to use the new directory so that we can call this HTML file if we are using the render underscore HTML. Remember? Okay. So in this program, I have already created, of course, the file for the report.html. So it is very imperative that you will understand how to use the markup language, how to use, of course, the cascading style sheets. Now you can go to the WT schools or to the tutorial point to learn how to weave your hypertext markup language. Go back right here. So from here, I need to create a file. So what is that file? The file would be, of course, the index.html, and I want to create that. So this template is under the my site folder. Okay, so that's templates. In your PC, you use the virtual environment to start up your Flask program, and then you run your root for hosting. So you need also to create your templates folder. Okay, let's go right here. So I will open, of course, my template folder right here, and I created a two version, but I will just, you see, the program for the index point is very simple. All you have to do is to input the following. This is the variable. Okay, we have here the variable for name, the address, and the hours that will be fetched later on by the code. So I will copy, of course, this program. Okay, but I created another version for that, so this will be, a cool program. Okay, so I need to use the bootstrap here to call for the CDN. CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. All right, and as you can see, we have here the following, of course, codes, and this is the variable that we fetch to the upper code that we wrote in your Python program, the Flask program. So this is where we used, of course, the string and, of course, the curly braces to call for the variable. Okay, and this is now your index program. Okay, so we the only difference is we use, of course, the 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 CDN, content delivery network, for the bootstrap here. Okay, let us copy this code. Okay, all right, that's it. Control C, and then we go back to our code at the top. Where's that? So we need to paste it right here. All right, that's it. So we need to save this one. Okay, that's it. And then again, we go back to our files and we go to our my site. Remember the my site. This is recorded our Flask underscore app. This is the main code for your backend program. And under that, we have the templates. So we just wrote the program for the XML. This time we need to create another program. That is what report.html. Create a new file for that. And then, of course, I will copy the code right here. So in creating the hypertext markup language, it's not that difficult. Well, you have different tutorial websites to teach you how to do that. As you can see, this is now the meat of the program where we incorporated, of course, the variable for your Python Flask program. So percent and percent, this is how you call, of course, the parameters inside your Python Flask. Okay, and we have the worker.name. Remember, this is the list. At the same time, this is the following elements that we stored inside the list. All right. Okay, so when you copy this thing, okay, this is part of the report.html. Report.html, yes, brother. And then we will go right here and then, okay, and then save. Okay, let us check if these particulars are all saved. And then we go to files again. All right, let's go to my site. Under my site, we created, of course, a template folder. We have, of course, the report and the text.html. Let us check if we saved it. Yeah, yes, it's really saved. Now, after that, what will happen? Well, of course, we need to check again, of course, the main code for our files, and that is located to your my site folder. Let us check, of course, the Flask point API. So we have here, of course, the libraries. We have the Flask libraries, render template and request, and created, of course, the variable for app so that we can create a route for your endpoints. This is where we use the get and post method, and we define, of course, the functions here to check, of course, the request coming from that that code. What is that code? We have the name, the address, and the hours. So we append, of course, the following name and address inside, of course, the workers list. And at the same time, we'll, of course, we route it using the report.html. So we need to use to sort this thing from ascending order. So you need to create a reverse for true, and we return, of course, the template of this HTML as of course our main key for the program. All right, so let us save it again. Okay, and let us run the program. All right, so before you run the program, of course, what's next? So we go to your web. Okay, and you need to reload this thing. So this will run until March 2025, 3 months. So every now and then you need to update this using your web menu. Okay, and then, so this is now the final moment. So what will happen? You click this. If this is not correct, okay, that's it. So this is working. So this is now the output. Now I will try to write my name. I think we need to what you call this, to revise the code. The code is not that neat. Okay, where to go? So we go right here, and then we need to revise the code. Something is displaying in the screen, so we need to go to my site, and then we need to rectify our app or our templates right here. We need to go for index.html, and then we need to revise, of course, the form. Where's that form method? Okay, what will happen right here? So you need to add the auto what complete equals to off. Okay, let us save that. Okay, let's go back to the files again. Go back to web, and then please refresh this thing, the green button. There you are. After that, you are ready to set and to run your first Python Flask program. So Python Flask, here we go. Once we click this thing, nothing's happened because we already need it using the autocomplete. I will write the name here. Let's say Robert C. Address. Okay, so we have here Miami, Miagao. Numbers of our work, so we can choose, of course, here. Oops, 3 hours, continue. So this is now the thing that will happen. We have Robert C, and then again, we need to add more. Let's say, oops, I think I need to well, of course, anyway, this is now the output. So you can add more if you want, and then you just click continue here. And from that, well, of course, you can check, you can play with the codes, and of course, you can play with with your bootstrap and your hypertext markup language. The meat of the process is this one. Okay, let's go back right here. The meat of the process is very simple. I mean, it's about using, of course, your Python Flask. So every time that you have this code, well, of course, you need to review using your Python program. Okay, so let's go right here. Wait, let's just wait. Okay, all right, that's it. So the meat of the program is you go to files. Okay, and of course you have here. Oops, something is wrong with the code. Okay, I think this intermittent connection is going on right now. So let us refresh this first. Okay. Okay, let us start right here. So I will say, okay, I will go back first to the previous code. Okay, menu. All right, let's check what will happen. I mean, we will again, reload this endpoint so that we can assure that everything will run smoothly. Okay, after that, we go to this endpoint and click that. Okay, let's say we have here Robert Dome, and then we have the address Wolfgang Street, Iloilo City. Okay, and then we have your numbers of hours work. We can choose it here, 3 hours a day. Okay, it's working. Then we have here the button. Another. Okay, we have here Romeo Cruz address Miami Street. Okay, Bago City. Number of hours work 5. Okay, so this is now fixed. All right, what happened is this is arranged, and we going back to our code. Let us check the code so that you can see clearly. Okay, so to knit up this thing, we need to use the autocomplete. Okay, in our HTML, in our index.html, we go back to our files, and then we go to my site. This is the main program. Okay, all right, you can check this out. All right, so we have the Python mini backend program right here. So we have two routes. We have the report with HTML, index.html. We created, of course, the comprehensive expressions right here to create our functions to return number of hours at the same time, reverse of the generations report, and that will be called. This is, of course, part of our index.html program. The report is like, we call it up so that we can generate report coming from our main program. And these are the variable. Okay, name, address, under, of course, the workers list. Remember, we append this 3, name, address, and hours inside here. So let us check our code in our HTML directory, my site. We go to templates. So we have two templates right here. Index.html. This is where we created our program to enter the following particulars: name, address, and number of hours. So this is how we declare the variable: name, address. We have hours. Okay. So for the ornamented style, we just use, of course, the bootstrap, this one. And of course, we use some, of course, extra what you call these files for your bootstrap also at the bottom of the code. And to call, of course, those variables we created in our main program. And this percent is, and curly process, it's work to call, of course, the Python code for worker in workers. So this is how we do it. And at the same time, we have here the worker list, and at the same time the worker elements. Okay, so there you have it. And please don't forget to subscribe and share this to your friends. Thank you so much, and more.